Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is part second video in VMware VCP 7 data center virtualization 2020. So in this video we are going to see VMware vSphere ESXi 7.0 installation step by step. So basically, before moving to installation, we need to know what is ESXi and why we need ESXi in our VMware vSphere environment. So basically, if you talk about the ESXi, you can understand ESXi is a hypervisor. So the question is now, next question is, what is hypervisor? So a hypervisor is a computer software which you can understand, create an environment to run the virtual machine on the server platform or the server hardware. So basically a hyper in a simple one-liner answer, you can understand a hypervisor is a computer software that allows server hardware to create and run virtual machines on the server platform. And also if you understand, hypervisor allow you to create a virtualization layer that separates the CPU, processor, RAM and other physical resources for the virtual machine you create and run. So by this, the second line, you can understand the hardware is going to be divided in piece and piece for the particular virtual machine. If you are running more than one virtual machine in one hardware, then definitely it's require a piece of your hardware to be distributed in all the virtual machines. So that is the hypervisor work to basically create the virtual machine and provide the environment to run the virtual machine, and also provide the hardware resources to the virtual machine. So basically there are two type of hypervisor which is available in current days, which is coming from long way. So the hypervisor is known as a type 1 and type 2. So type 1 hypervisor is known as a bare metal hypervisor. So if you talk about bare metal, means in a general language we understand the bare metal means there was no operating system on the machine. So same, if you go about the description, the hardware, we got a server hardware. On that hardware particular, we are not going to install any operating system, we are directly going to install the hypervisor on that the hardware platform, and then we can run the guest operating system or the virtual machines. So if you talk about the type 1 hypervisor, we have a VMware ESXi and Microsoft Hyper-V and Citrix XenServer. So these are type 1 hypervisor which does not require operating system. In other language, you can understand these hypervisors itself a operating system which provides the platform to run directly virtual machine. So in other language, this does not require a normal operating system like a Windows or Windows Server or Windows client operating system. So this is basically a type 1 hypervisor which does not require operating system. And the second type hypervisor, type 2 hypervisor, is a hosted, which basically from the hosted you can understand we have operating system. On that operating system we host our hypervisor. So in type 2, we basically have a hardware like my physical machine is my machine, then I have installed a Windows 10 operating system in that machine, and then I have installed a hypervisor which is a VMware workstation. So basically type 2 hypervisor does require an operating system to be installed. So basically in this category we have a VMware workstation. A Microsoft Virtual PC is a very old hypervisor which really you see, and then we have a VirtualBox. So these are the type 2 hypervisor, and most of the common is a VMware workstation. If you have a laptop or desktop, and most of the home user use the VMware workstation to do the lab and practice the virtualization environment or create the lab at home. So I'm also using the a type 2 hypervisor, which is VMware Workstation 15, as discussed in last video. So this is basically a difference between two hypervisor, which is hypervisor type 1 and type 2, and also we understand what is the hypervisor. So basically ESXi is going to be a hypervisor in VMware environment. So this is the first thing. If you talk about the virtualization, this is the first thing which comes under the virtualization layer. So this is my lab environment which I'm going to use in this video. So the first machine is my Win2K 19 DC01, which is my Active Directory server. So I got domain name which is labsandson.com, and my operating system on my domain controller is running WinToolkit uh, Windows 2019 basically. And the second machine is Win10 console, which is my console machine. So I'm going to access these um, ESXi host by using this console machine to have a configuration and everything from the web browser. So let's see the environment. So this is my Win2K19 DC01, which is running under this um, VMware workstation. So if you see here, this is Win2K19 DC01, domain name is labsandson.com, and this is my Windows 10 console machine. If I show you the details of this machine, so this is Windows 10 Pro, and this is also joining my domain, which is labsandson.com. So I got pre-installed one ESXi host here, which is ESXi02. I have already installed and configured it. So we'll follow the creation of this machine, and then we are going to install the ESXi01. So in the real world, basically you are going to have a physical machine where you are need to install the ESXi host. So basically the procedure to install the ESXi host is going to be remain same if you are installing on a physical machine or a virtual machine for the lab. So if you have a hardware like HP Blade, or if you're having the HP Rake or Dell Rack server, then the installation is going to be remain same, since this is the basic hypervisor installation. So in this lab I'm going to create one virtual machine, and then I'm going to call it I'm going to select VMware ESXi, and then the version is 6.x, and I'm going to call it ESXi 01 and click next. And I'm going to have a 40 gig drive for this machine, so click finish, and you need to do some customization. So I'm going to put it to 32 gig of memory, and I'm going to add 2 processor more here, so it's going to be a total 4 processor. And this is, you can say, virtualization engine. It's going to enable you the virtualize Intel VT technology, which is going to be allow the hypervisor to run in the virtual machine platform. And then we got hard disk, we got CD drive. So I'm going to mount my installation media here. So this is my installation media, so ESXi7. I'm going to open it, and then I'm going to put it on NAT 0, which is my network, and I'm going to remove the USB controller. So the machine is now ready to power on, so I'm going to power on this machine, and you can see it's booted from the ESXi installer, so it's loading the ESXi installer now. I'm going to move this machine to my this folder, which is my VCP lab folder basically. So the installation is very simple, and it's not going to take more than 5 to 10 minutes, since this is a very light hypervisor, and it does not require operating system and everything. So it's type 1 hypervisor, so installation is going to be pretty fast. So you can see the build version and other details here. Since this is my virtual running on the virtual machine, so it's giving me VM make and model like VMware INC, and this is version of the my hardware version of the virtual machine. So if you have a physical machine, it's going to show you the physical make and model number of the your physical server, and definitely it's going to show you the how many CPUs cores you have, and how much memory you got on the server. So welcome to the VMware ESXi 7.0 installation. So enter to continue. I'm going to hit enter, and then it's going to license agreement, so I'm going to press F11 to accept and continue. And then it's going to scan your local drives which is available on your server. So in my machine I got 40 gig one virtual disk, so it's going to give him the disk. So I'm going to select that disk to begin the installation, so enter to continue. And then it's going to ask you the keyboard layout, so yes, I'm going to leave default. And then it's going to ask you the root password for this ESXi. I'm going to set it, and then we are all good. Just hit F11 to begin the installation. So since this installation is going to be a very fast installation, so in meanwhile I can go ahead and create the DNS record on my Active Directory server, so we can have a accessibility to my ESXi host by using the name. So you can see I have already created a DNS record for ESXi02. So now I'm going to create for ESXi01. So I'm going to put it name here, so ESXi01, and the IP address for ESXi is going to 192.168.0.111, and create the associated PTR. So it's going to create resolve in the reverse lookup zone also. So add, so the record is created successfully. And now if I go and ping this record, for now it's not going to ping because just we can see if it's resolving or not. So ESXi is 01, you can see the IP address is getting resolved from the DNS, so this is good. So we need to configure this IP address on ESXi01. So you can see the installation completed. So since I told at the beginning the installation is going to be very fast, so enter to reboot. And once this host is going to reboot, we can go ahead and configure do the post configuration task on this machine, like put the name, put the host name, put the IP address, manual IP address, and the DNS gateway and everything, all other required details which you need to configure for the initial thing. So now it's going to boot up. So if I show you my processor and physical machine utilization, you can see this is my physical machine utilization currently. So it's approx 34 gig use, since this is a high profile machine, so it's giving me um, good good type of overclocking for the memory and CPU both. So my CPU and memory utilization both are very less for now, you can see. So this is good. So if you are running the low config machine or low hardware based machine, so might be you will face um, some delayed response in your VMware infrastructure, but I must recommend you to go ahead and use the SSD which give you the best performance for the lab and the following me in my video. So I'm using the 1 TB Samsung SSD which is giving me best performance for my lab. So now the machine is booted. You can see that it's got the IP address from DHCP, so I'm going to change it. So press F2 and put the password for the host. Now you can see, go to configure network management, and here I need to go to IP configuration and use the set the static IP address. So I'm going to put my IP address which is going to be a 192.168.0.111, and rest thing is going to be remain same, and IPv6 I'm going to disable for now because I am not using IPv6. And the DNS configuration I'm going to use it manual, and the primary DNS I'm going to put my domain controller, and the alternative I'm going to put my broadband connection gateway, and the host name I'm going to put ESXi01 ESXi01, and the DNS suffix I'm going to put it like labshands-on.com. And this is done, and just press escape to exit. And now it's going to ask you to apply the changes. You need the reboot, so yeah, definitely we change the host name. So click Y. Once you press the Y, it's going to take the reboot for the host, and once the reboot host is back, you will see the host is going to respond you from the IP address or the host name. So I'm going to try to ping this machine now. So ping ESXi01. So you can see it's not pinging now, since I guess it's rebooting. Yeah, so it's rebooting now. So soon it's going to ping me. It's going to reply. So now the host is booted. If I try to ping now, you can see my host is replying, and if I ping through name, host name ESXi01, you can see also it's replying from ping. So I can now type http s colon slash slash and the IP address of my host, which is 111. So 111, you can see I got access. So now I need to provide the root credential to log into the host. So I'm not going to join this. So you can see now I got access to my ESXi host, and you can see the host name, which is ESXi01 at .labsandsound.com, and this is the version and build number and uptime details you can see. And you can definitely restart, shut down host from this console, and you can see this is running a evaluation mode. So for lab, that's fine. So now if I talk about networking, you will see two networks here. The first one is management and VM network. So we are going to discuss these things in detail in next upcoming videos. So this is all about how to install ESXi VMware vSphere ESXi 7 step by step. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post me in my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.